Hey, this is Shannon Wilkinson.
And Janine Adams.
And we just wanted to let you know that this episode isn't up to our normal standards.
Just so you guys don't think we think it's good enough. Ha!
Well, we did decide it's good enough. It's just not what we normally like.
Exactly. Right. It was a situation where our technology got the better of us, and we liked the episode so much that we thought it's good enough to do it this once.
Yes, because spoiler alert, we recorded it in person.
Together.
So we hope that you enjoy it, and please forgive us the less than stellar audio quality. Hello, and welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we're talking about how regret is one of the helpful barometers we use to help us make decisions. Hey Janine.
Hey Shannon, how are you?
Well, I'm really extra great today.
And why is that?
Because we're sitting right next to each other in real life.
Side by side in real life, even and unexpectedly. It's very nice to get to record with you in person.
Yes, it is nice. And actually, the reason we're in person, is that right? That's not what I want to say.
Depends on the end of the sentence.
Is what sparked this topic.
That's right. Exactly. We're not talking about just being in person together, but it did spark the topic. And we should say that we're actually in Walla Walla, Washington. We're not in Portland this time. Right. It's the last time we were together recording, I think, just one other episode.
Yeah.
Here, you tell why. You start.
Well, we're here together because Janine's brother became very ill, and she felt that she needed to come here to see him and help take care of things. And when things were looking like she might be coming here, I said, if it's easier for you to fly into Portland, I will drive with you to Walla Walla.
And because I'm not an idiot, I said, okay. So I flew to Portland the day after I made the decision to go, and we drove directly to the hospital, and Shannon has been with me for a couple days now, and is going to be heading back to Portland, but it's been so nice to have you here. Oh my gosh, it's just been great. Yeah, so you've been so helpful.
Well, and I think we should also say that your brother is doing much better.
Yes.
He was very ill, but he definitely has improved and things are looking up.
Yes, things are looking up. So that's really good news.
Yeah.
But it could have been much worse news, in which case your being here would also have been extremely helpful. But when I was thinking about whether or not to make the trip, which, in retrospect, a whole 2 days later,
it feels like weeks later.
Yeah, but it seems crazy that I even agonized over the decision, because clearly, from this vantage point, it was the right decision to make.
Right.
But still, you disrupt your life. You spend a lot of money. I had to reschedule clients, and and I was just here, so it was a little kind of hard to decide whether or not to come. Which, again, now sounds crazy. But what I did was sit down and journal it, and it quickly emerged that it was the better choice was to come. And if I would much rather regret taking time and money to come when he's going to fully recover than... I forgot the beginning of the sentence. I think I screwed that up.
Well, I think where you're going with that was that you feel better having made the decision to come and potentially have some regrets that
I spent money I didn't need to.
You spent money you didn't need to, rather than not coming and have things take a turn for the worse for him, or
right, and not have been here to say goodbye or to just help.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if he were to pass away, I would come here.
Yeah.
So that sparked a discussion when we've had lots of time in the car recently.
Yes, many hours, because also he's in a hospital an hour away from Walla Walla.
Right, but we're staying in Walla Walla where my dad is and where we have a friend with whom we can stay. So, lots of car time. And we were talking about how regret, or the fear of regret, or...
Well, and this is when we were trying to figure out how to talk about this topic, it all sounded so negative. Mm-hmm. And that's not really how I use it. Like, I think about it in terms of, so what action what do I want to do? What choice do I want to make so I won't have regrets?
Right. Living with that regret is a great thing.
Yeah.
It's a very positive thing. But to say avoiding regret sounds so negative.
Right.
Right. But exactly. And it informs things large and small.
Yeah.
And I feel like I use that barometer all the time. And even probably for something like your decision on whether to take time out of your life to accompany me. Did it factor into that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I thought, I sort of looked at my schedule, and it was shockingly convenient for me to take some time away from home right now. Mm-hmm. And I thought, if things do get worse for your brother, and I knew that you were also here to support your dad, and that, it's just a lot to sort of manage, and I didn't want to regret not helping you when I had the opportunity to help.
Right. Yeah. If it had gone very poorly and I was like keeping you abreast of what was going on,
or I felt like I needed to drive here and you had already and it was like, what? So why not just cut to the chase and drive with you? Right. And I'm here, and
hard to imagine regretting having come.
Right. Yeah, but I use this as one of my decision-making barometers. Like, it feels like every day.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Even in terms of, I'm thinking of just things like, getting out for my training walk or something. Like, if I don't do this, I will definitely regret having not done it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
Right. Yeah. Can you imagine if you're on your 200-mile walk in a few months, and it's really hard for you and you had skipped a lot of training?
Right. I would definitely regret having skipped training.
Right. Exactly. I was just thinking about it in terms of something truly important, which is that Hamilton is coming to St. Louis. Coming back to St. Louis in May and June, and it's a very expensive ticket. But if I don't figure out a way to go, and I'm hoping I'll win the ticket lottery again, or I'm hoping I'll score an inexpensive ticket, relatively inexpensive ticket like I did 2 years ago, or I'm hoping a friend will offer to buy me a ticket, then if I don't go when it's in St. Louis, I'm confident I will regret it, despite the fact I've seen it 4 times. My bulletin board needs a 5th playbill on it. That says Hamilton. Yeah. So I will. It's funny that, and I'm dead serious.
I know you're dead serious.
Like it really is factoring into my willingness to go ahead and spring for whatever it's going to cost.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a good way to think through things. And because sometimes it's hard to put yourself into the future and know how something will impact you. And I think sort of giving it the frame of looking at whether or not you will have regret is an easy way to do it.
Mm-hmm. And you can maybe, or do you ever frame it with yourself, like what would my future self say about this decision?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking out for your future self. Yeah, that's interesting. Of course, I think, as always, it also boils down to getting in touch with what's important to you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It does. Because I think that's what is behind all of it. Like, you only have regret if you do something that is counter to what's important to you. Or you don't do something that is... You know where I'm going with that.
You elect not to do something that is important to you.
Right.
That it matches those core values.
And what's interesting is, I think about a lot of times in my life where I could have made different decisions. And I don't go too far down the path because I feel like I actually really like where I'm at right now and I wouldn't want to end up somewhere else. So I'll just go ahead and live with those decisions that I made rather than regretting them. But the only things that I really regret are not taking travel opportunities that I had, which I think is really interesting. Mm-hmm.
You've traveled a lot, so I didn't even realize you had passed up travel opportunities.
Yeah, well, like the main ones were when I had family or friends living abroad, and I had the opportunity to visit them, and I didn't take it.
Yeah.
Because it's way better to go to Japan when your sister lives there.
Right. And you didn't go.
And I didn't go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point. It makes me think about the fact that my family lives in Australia, and I've been only once, but they're not going anywhere. But still, it's possibly, if I don't go more, I might regret that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just to be clear, this isn't a YOLO, no regrets kind of thing.
Right. Right. We're not talking about jumping off of cliffs because we might regret not having tried that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just such a different mentality.
Right.
You're just shaking your head like, I can't even wrap my head around that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. That's not what we're talking about.
No.
Yeah, we're talking about using it as a healthy barometer.
Yeah. And I think about that in terms of how I care for my mom, who has dementia. And so there's a line between, how much I could be doing for her and also taking care of myself. And so I take care of her in a way that I feel like I'll have no regrets.
Mm-hmm. On either score,
on
right?
Either
you
score.
Don't want to give up self-care, sacrifice self-care for her.
Right.
That would be
or even, sacrifice. Like I could see it. It's not hard for me to imagine that to make a decision to not travel when she's not doing particularly well because I would be concerned. But I then also, and I may be traveling to go see other relatives, or to like whatever. But I sort of weigh those things and think through it. Like if something really bad were to happen, how would I feel? Mm-hmm. Like, well, like in terms of going to Portugal for a month, Portugal and Spain, it's like, it feels a little risky, and also I would feel worse if I never did it.
Right.
Because I was afraid that something was going to happen to her while I was gone.
Right. That is not a way to live. That's a life of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but that's a very good point. And when I realized that also factors into how I interact with my brother, who's the one who's ill right now, and Scott, and my dad, who is well, but quite old. I won't say very old. Probably live another 10 or 20 years. But I talk to him every day.
Yeah.
And it helps me stay on top of how he's doing. And I know that when it does end up passing away, whenever that might be, I will never regret those daily conversations.
Right.
And when I need to do stuff for Scott, which I suspect I'll be having to do more of that in the coming months, I will not regret doing it when
Yeah.
he passes, or this trip, for that
Right.
matter. I'll always be glad that I did it, because I know it will help him, just to know. It's help, even though he's not able to communicate right now. I know he knows I'm here, and he will be happy about that. He may not remember it. I'll remind him.
Oh, I think you should hold it over.
Yeah, right.
I came.
Yeah, don't forget. 1 day's notice. I came when you were in the hospital.
Yeah. But it's interesting that regret, which feels like it can be such a negative thing, can actually help you live in a more positive way, and to feel more positive about your choices, and feel like you're making decisions that really resonate with what's important to you.
Mm-hmm. And is there any advice on, if you do make a decision, let's say you're not going to Japan, when you well, you've already actually sort of touched on this, for letting go of regret, because regret doesn't actually help you after the fact.
No.
So it can be a helpful barometer in making a decision, but if you make a decision that you end up regretting, that emotion isn't very helpful.
No, that feeling of having regret for something isn't helpful, and can actually feel really detrimental. Like, it can be really sort of stifling in helping you go forward. And the way I think about it is, the purpose of regret is to help you understand that that there was a different decision you could have made, or there is a different way to look at it that would have allowed you to have less regret or no regret. And so there's something still to be learned from that instance. So, like, I don't hold the emotional weight of regret over, for instance, not going to Japan. Although when I think about it, I still get that twinge. But what I've taken from that is, when I have an opportunity to travel, I should take it, unless it's unreasonable. But if I have a opportunity to travel, and it's reasonable for me to travel, for whatever reason, travel is of super high value for me, I should take it. Yeah. And that's why I'm in Walla Walla right now.
That's right. That's right. So if you'd gone to Japan way back then, who knows if you'd be
I probably
here right now.
wouldn't be here right now.
Right.
No, but does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's a learning opportunity. If you have something that you have regret about, take the opportunity to learn from that, so that you can make a decision that is less likely to cause regret in the future.
Right. That's great advice. And I think the thing that popped into my head is sometimes reframing how I feel about something that I've regretted. So what I was thinking about was, with my first dog, Kramer, I had some regret over some of the veterinary decisions I made for him. And they were, it turned out actually to be a catalyst for change and so forth. But the mantra I say to myself in situations like that is, when I think about situations like that, is I made the best decision I can make based on the information available to me.
That's so important to recognize that, and to cut yourself a little slack, because I think we all are making the best decisions we can at the time. And a lot of times after the fact, you recognize that that decision perhaps was based more in fear, or, like you couldn't see a bigger picture because you had such great fear. And so learning from that can allow you to approach it in a different way in the future. But, there's no sense in beating yourself up if you did, in fact, make the best decision you could in that moment.
Right, exactly.
And
as you say, most of us are trying to do that all the time.
Yeah, and I think that's a useful way to go through life, is assuming that you yourself and the other people in your life, in the world, really are making the best decisions they can given the information they have at the time. And a lot of times their decisions may be more motivated by fear than anything, but it recognizing that sort of takes some of the charge out of it, so it doesn't feel so personal.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's really useful advice.
Yeah. So we I don't remember what I was going to say.
I got distracted because there's a piece of glitter on your face.
Is there? Mm-hmm. Is it pretty?
Oh, yeah. I love glitter. So I feel like, you know what? That keeping this a nice short episode, tight episode is a good thing. We have a hospital to go to.
Yeah, we have a hospital to go to. But we felt like this was a topic that would be useful to share, to take the time to share this now. And by the time this airs, we'll probably have more information.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be updating the show notes with some good news about how Scott's doing.
Yeah.
Because it's not airing. Well, this isn't airing for a couple of weeks at least.
Right. Yeah. So, also, I had pot stickers.
Oh my gosh, how could we forget that? Shannon had to have pot stickers. And I just have to say, she said that she was only going to have one order, which is 6. Like, what? Okay, whatever. And I really thought you were out of your mind. And so I ordered 2. And then you had another order.
And then I had another order because she guilted me into it.
I did not.
Yeah, you looked at me.
Well, I thought you were insane, but there was no guilt.
Okay, there was no guilt, but you looked at me like I was insane, which made me question my sanity.
Oh, fair enough. So you ordered a second. So
I ordered a second, but I really love an eel roll. Yeah. And since it's a Japanese restaurant, it's not a pot sticker restaurant.
Right. Yeah, you can get other things, I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah. So I ordered an eel roll, which was quite delicious.
Yeah, so you actually ate more than I did.
I think I ended up eating more than you did.
Because you had 2 orders, 12 pot stickers plus, you had 12 pot stickers total plus an order of eel roll. Yeah. And I had 18 pot stickers. It's debatable. An eel roll to 6 pot stickers, but... Yeah. Well, there was at least... Yeah. I could have had more.
I could not have. I was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But they were delicious.
They lived up to the...
Yeah.
I was so afraid that you weren't going to like them.
I know. I thought that maybe you were going to pretend that we were going to go and somehow it wasn't going to work out, so you wouldn't have to risk me not liking them.
I believe them enough.
Yeah, so...
I'm glad you remembered to tell the good listeners about that.
Because, everybody needs to know about the pot stickers.
Yeah, we could lay off them at some point, but...
Probably not.
Right. And we didn't manage to get a picture of us with pot stickers.
No.
We weren't thinking. It was all busy at the restaurant.
Yeah, and it's been a crazy couple of days.
Yeah, right. Another time.
Yeah. All right. But we would like to hear from you, our listeners. Do you use regret as a decision-making strategy? Do you have a lot of regrets? Do you have any ideas about how people can let go of regret that they may have? We'd love to hear from you. And leave us a message on our hotline. That's 443. You can connect with us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. We're at Getting to Good Enough, and on Twitter we're at GTG Enough. And of course, you can comment on the show notes at gettingtogoodenough.com. But for now, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Walla Walla, Washington.
And Janine Adams, also in Walla Walla, Washington.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you.
We're actually in College Place, Washington.
Oh,
as we're sitting here. Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Walla Walla, Washington is way more fun to say.
That's right. We're in a suburb.
A suburb of Walla Walla.
Yeah, it's true.